Hello, my name is Antoine from Synology. In today's webinar, I would like to share with you our newest virtual machine manager. It was just released last week and now available for download in Patch Center. For any of you that haven't got a chance to explore inside of the application, this is a very good opportunity for you to catch up the new stuff here. Today we'll be going through the following topics starting from VDSM Manager introduction and then what's new in VM Manager. Here I provide a quick comparison so you know the difference between them. In the next, I will identify who's our target audience and our selling points. Before the end of the slides, we prepare for demonstration for your reference. Previously, we have released Virtual DSM Manager, which is able to run our own virtual machines on a Synology NAS. So what are the benefits? For an example, a company where it has several divisions requesting permission to manage their own NAS. So as an IT manager, he would prefer to get one unit running as many virtual DSM for multi-tenant use, rather than obtaining several NASs for management chaos. Besides of this user scenario, VDSM Manager has other functionalities. First of all, high availability, which ensures service continuity even if one of the hosts where VDSM running is crashed. It will quickly move from your production server towards your backup and continue providing service. Snapshot, on the other hand, protects not just the data but application of VDSM instance, meaning if you have thousands of mailing lists or user contacts in MailPlus as running upon the VDSM instance that are removed by accident, or the application itself got uninstalled and you don't have a backup. So what's gonna be? Before you quit your job, think through if you took snapshot beforehand, cause the snapshot might save your career. Next to lab migration or switchover that allows you to move the BDSM instance from one working NAS to another without service interruption. But is it the same as failover? Of course not, because this proceeds when you are aware of performance slowdown on a Synology NAS where BDSM is running, while moving the instance towards the secondary NAS help to offload the process from one to another. Back to a few years ago when we initially launched VDSM Manager, many people were discussing when does Synology has real virtualization solution, or is it possible to run other client OS? Well, we respect every suggestion that you send in, and we listen very carefully to our customers. And that's why I'm excited to tell you that your dream come true today. The software has been repacked and relaunched with a new name. You can run other operating systems such as Windows, Linux, besides of BDSM instance. We also support file formats that say the VNDK from VMware, the VHDX from Hyper-V, and OVA from other hypervisor solutions. With all this file extension support makes the VM transition more user-friendly. And of course, installing client OS from an ISO image can be done as well. As mentioned earlier, VDSM is able to proceed failover and switchover. How about other client OS? Can they do the same as VDSM? Frankly, this is still under evaluation. However, taking VM snapshots or duplicate another clone can be applied to both VDSM and client OS. Speak to clone, why you need to create a second copy while you have one already in production? Well, the reason is simple, since you wouldn't mess around your VM as in production for doing a software or upgrade testing. And in this case, you can create a clone for doing an isolation test. It's considered as the best way to proceed before actually apply to your production VM. In addition to secure your VM, you can also use our snapshot and replication feature to replicate the clone to another Synology NAS for offsite backup. Compare VM Manager to VDSM Manager. What are the benefits? Now we are able to run other client OS besides of Virtual DSM of Synology operating system. Meanwhile, with various file extension support, makes it easier and less time-consuming to deploy VM from one hypervisor solution to Synology NAS. Additionally, Snapshot in Chrome provides better protection for VM in case of disaster happens. Furthermore, you can create a VM to a shared folder and then replicate the folder with your VM instance to another Synology NAS using Snapshot and replication feature. So as you can see, Virtual Machine Manager enables the full potential usability for Synology customers now. Speaking to operation requirement, it has to be Intel 64-bit platforms. Models apply to Synology Operating Solution, Access Plus series workstation, and also the Plus series of DiskStation with minimum 4 GB memory. The supported client OS are as follows that covers most of Windows and Linux distributions. And don't forget our VDSM instance is also available for use. So who will be our target audience? Allow me to break down into 3 types of customers. First of all, the power users. But why power user? Not sure if you guys have heard of PHP VirtualBox. It's an open source hypervisor application that was out of servers since DSM 5.2. And since then, we have been receiving quite a few power user demands on other alternatives. Secondly, the customer that require lab testing. Based on the reason of hosting multiple physical servers would be such a waste of room and time-consuming process, while having a Synology NAS with Virtual Machine Manager is definitely more cost-effective. Furthermore, SMB customers who are looking for a budget-friendly virtualization solution will consider Synology as their first priority. Not because of prices affordable, but because Synology has lots of built-in application, like you buy one NAS, get everything you need, and more importantly, they are reliable for use. In the second half webinar, we prepare for demonstration to help you understand new features in Virtual Machine Manager. The third thing I want to show you is to deploy VM with a BNDK. In this demonstration, I'll use Windows 10 as an example. Meanwhile, I have an ISO downloaded from Ubuntu website, and I'm going to boot it up on my Synology as well. So let me switch to my demo units. This is the production server where I have VMM installed. Just a reminder, the app is still under beta, so before you install, make sure you click for yes, I want to see the beta versions under the setting page of Package Center. Alright, back to Virtual Machine Manager. In overview is the dashboard where you can see all the information. The hosts are physical servers, and here I have 2 Synology servers here. One as production, the other as failover units. You can tell their working status from these performance figures. The next column shows number of VM that have been deployed. And here I have my BDSM instance. The reason why I add 2 servers here because later on I will show you how switchover works on BDSM. The last column indicates the remaining capacity of physical servers. Anyway, how do I import a BNDK? To import a BNDK, go to System Image on the left panel, click on Create button, and choose the type of image from the drop-down box. Here I'll give a try with Windows 10. The image can be either uploaded from your client computer or the DiskStation itself. In the next wizard, you can choose which server to contain the disk image. After I click Apply, it will start uploading the image file to your Synology NAS. But since I already have my image file uploaded here, so I'll skip the process and move on to VM creations. To create the VM, go to Virtual Machines on the left panel, click on create a virtual machine with system image. So remember to select the image that you just imported, and I'll name my virtual machine as Windows 10. Give it 2 cores of CPU and 2 gig memory. Also, you can choose which server to power on the virtual machine and configure the size of VM storage. To assign the user permission, just tick for the specific user's checkbox and click on Next. And here's another column to power on the virtual machines after creation. Alright, here you can see Windows 10 is running on my Synology NAS. And to connect this guest OS, just click on the connect button and it will open another web browser. So here comes the Windows 10. And I know some of you might encounter a blue screen while intending to boot up the Windows VNDK. It is because of VirIO driver is missing. In this case, make sure you load the driver in Windows Device Manager in advance. Let me give you a quick example. Suppose this is the OS running on your hypervisor, and before you extract the VNDK, make sure you load the VirIO driver. So first of all, go to Device Manager. Alright, on the Device Manager, click on Action, Add Legacy Hardware, and install hardware that I manually select from the list. In this section, choose Storage Controller and locate Red Hat, the Red Hat VirIO SCSI Path-Through controller. Once it's installed, you can extract the VNDK from your hypervisor and import to the Synology without any service error. Also, for a brand new installation where you cannot locate the disk drive to install, and here's another article you might want to refer. And this is the article that's on our website, how to load the VirIO driver for Windows setup on Virtual Machine Manager. Okay, in my next demonstration, I will show you how to import a Ubuntu ISO. This time, I will select ISO as my system image. And here the file to upload on my Synology. This time, I will select ISO. Name it as Ubuntu PC. And I'll put it on my production server. It will take a few seconds to upload the image files. Now I have my image files uploaded, so I can start deploying the VM of my Ubuntu PC. So click on the Create button, create the virtual machines with ISO file. So here I can select the image that I imported, and I'll name my Ubuntu as Ubuntu, my VM as Ubuntu PC. And I'll configure the size of the image as 10 gigabyte. Alright, now I'm starting up my Ubuntu PC, and let's see if I can connect to the web browser. And here comes the Ubuntu logo. Okay, you can either select the installation to install the Ubuntu on your Synology NAS, or try to boot up the left CD of your Ubuntu PC. And to shut down your VM, either you can shut it down by clicking the action button, and here provide shutdown for shutdown and also restart button for you to turn off your VM. And besides of that, you can perform the shutdown process within the gas OS. And let's do a quick test. What if I shut down the Ubuntu PC here, and with the status change to the corresponding VM under the virtual machine manager? All right, let's have a look. Now I'm shutting down my Ubuntu PC. As you can see, the status was changed from running to power off. So this is the first part of demonstration I want to show you. Let's go back to the slides. What are the benefits of migrating VM from other hypervisor solution to Synology VMM? Well, first of all, our web interface is quite easy for use and not too complicated for newbies. And secondly, due to VM licenses are expensive, migrating from other solutions to Synology is much cheaper. And thirdly, it makes the VM transition process more efficiently since most of the file formats are covered by Virtual Machine Manager. In the next part of the demonstration, I will show you how to capture snapshots while VM is running and to roll back to the time when it was taken. Also, based on the testing requirements, I will show you how to create a clone of the original VM. Next, I will demonstrate how I export the VM to a shared folder, and then schedule a backup to replicate the folder to another location using the snapshot replication feature. Besides of that, I will show you how I enable the high availability on BDSM, and whenever applications running on BDSM is consuming too much workload on a physical service, can switch it over towards another Synology without service interruption, as known as lib migration features. Alright, let's go back to my production server. As you know, I have Windows 10 running on my Synology, and here I have camera roll folder on the desktop where it contains lots of image files. Imagine the files are relatively important, such as your family photos that are accidentally deleted. How would you recover them from the time when snapshot was taken if you had snapshot scheduled on a daily basis? Before I delete the file, we'll take the snapshot in advance. But how do I do that? Well, let's go back to Virtual Machine Manager and go to snapshot on the left panel. Choose the specific VM you want to take the snapshot. Now I have my snapshot taken. Let's double check if my snapshot existed in the list. Alright, so here's my snapshot. Now we are going back to Windows 10, and that's deleting these files and make sure they are empty from my recycle bin. Alright, so we can start roll back these snapshots. and to recover the files. But while I'm doing so, there's a pop-up message saying that you must shut down the virtual machine before you restore it. The reason is because you cannot roll back your snapshots while VM is running, so you have to shut it down first. Now I have shut down my Windows 10, and let's do it again to roll back my snapshot. Okay, now I have my snapshot rolled back. That's powering on my Windows 10. Alright, and these are the files that I have recovered from the snapshots. Another thing is to clone your VM. If you wish to do an upgrade testing without risking the integrity of your production environment, at this time you could create a clone for such purpose. So under the virtual machines, choose the specific VM that you want to create a clone and click on the action button, clone, and the clone will be created in few seconds. And after that, you can power on your clone instance and start doing some software or upgrade testings without jeopardizing your production VM. Besides, you can also export the VM to specific folders and then schedule a backup to replicate the clone to another location. Now I'm exporting my VM to a shared folder called export. So once I have files exported here, I can enable my snapshot and replication, and then replicate the folder that contains the virtual machines to another location, just for the offsite backup. Alright, so here it will tell you how long it takes for the initial replication, and then you can set the replication schedule on a daily basis. And in this feature, you can set the retention policy for the source and also the destinations. Alright, so the replication is in progress, and you can also the process under the info button. Okay, so while we are waiting for the replication process, let's go back to Virtual Machine Manager. And in the last demonstration, I'll configure high availability over VMM to protect my BDSM instance. As you know, the basic condition of HA required two identical servers. But with VMM, you will require three servers minimum. Why is that? Because the additional units will be considered as current server. And because here I only got two servers here, so I have to add another Synology NAS to consider it as a current. Alright, so here's my current server. Now I'm adding a current server into my virtual machine manager. And for your information, why do we need a current? Current is meant to monitor both active and passive servers condition whenever there's a connection error or something goes wrong with the communications, like split blend. And before it occurs, current will sustain the integrity of high availability cluster. Alright, soon after current server has added into the host, so we can enable high availability on our BDSM instance to avoid physical service error and ensure the service continuity of my BDSM. So click on the high availability on my virtual DSM instance and to enable high availability. And then choose two servers you want to do the failover. And now I have high availability enabled on my virtual DSM instance. And also you can see both servers condition under the high availability uh, tabs. Lastly, to perform a live migration for BDSM, go to Virtual Machines on the left panel and click on Action, Move to proceed. And before I do so, I have prepared a video files which is stored on my virtual DSM. And the thing I want to show you is while I'm playing back the video files, and I'll try to move this BDSM instance from my failover unit to my production. All right, let's see. Wow. All right, as you can see, I just play back the video files on my BDSM instance, but meanwhile, the BDSM is being moved from my failover to production. But during process, there's no dropping frames, and the videos continues to play without any issues. All right. So here's all the demonstration I want to show you. Let's go back to the slides. As I just explained you how snapshot and Chrome export replication and high availability works. So what are the benefits of using them? In my opinion, we used to be served as VM storage server, but now we can deploy client OS in DSM operating system that provides great user experience. Speaking to recovery, unlike other backup solution that has to be recovered the whole ice case alone, Virtual Machine Manager is capable of recovering a single VM instance. And in terms of recovery time objective, it will certainly fit in most of business operation requirements. In the summary, Virtual Machine Manager supports not only virtual DSM, but also Windows and Linux operating system. It offers great flexibility of VM deployment since we support various file formats, and this will speed up the transferring process. Furthermore, with lightning fast snapshots, high availability and lab migration features not only will help secure the data stored on VM, but also minimize cost and service downtime. More importantly, with all-in-one characteristics, we assure that Synology VMM will be an affordable solution for SMB to enterprise customers. Thank you for watching today's webinar. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact our support or sales inquiry. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.